Hello, everyone. Welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet Earth. No, it's not the Joe Rogan podcast, or it's the Movie Talks podcast, or it's the Office Ladies podcast. I wish I was on the podcast with Office Ladies, even though Office is a little bit overrated. It's still a good show. But this is the Christian Music Bros podcast, and I'm your host, Brendan. It's nice to see you guys back. This is now episode maybe 120 something. I lost track. If I keep track of all the episodes on my finger, I don't think I can count that high. So if you are actually a diehard of this podcast and you actually know exactly what number I am, please let me know. I knew we were at like 106, but then I recorded like 12 episodes and I'm behind on posting. But yeah. But anyway, today I'm here with Brandon Monson. I'm going to let Brandon introduce himself.
Yeah, I thought this was the Hot Wings podcast, but I'm still excited to be here anyway, even though I don't get any wings. But I am the co-owner and co-lead vocalist and anointed as the team mom of Presence Music Band. Excited to be here.
And if this, I wish I had Hot Wings in and we could get Paul Rudd and just do like the whole segment with Paul Rudd again.
How does he not age? Anyway, that's for a different.
We're just gonna call you Paul Rudd for the rest of this interview now. I'm kidding.
I'm totally here for it.
Anyway, Brandon, you said you were with Presence Music Band. Can you just tell us a little bit about your music background, how you got started in music and everything?
Of course, yeah. Well, I started singing pretty much out of the womb. My mom used to be a special music singer, so she would go to churches and hand them the cassette tape. And I think my music career got started. I knew that I would be a diva musician when I was 2 years old and was singing a solo with a girl in church. And we were sharing the mic. And I do not remember the story because I was two, but my parents told me that she was off key and not doing a great job. We were each holding the mic in one hand, and I ripped it from her and either pushed her down or just she fell down because I grabbed it. And that started my music career. I got a good butt whooping out of the deal. But that is how that started. But more relevant recent information is my wife and I got married. She's very musically talented. I just kind of support her and started leading worship for camps and kind of putting a group together. And that turned into something semi-real and semi-professional. And now I think we're up to mostly real and mostly professional, but really just trying hard to make it hard to miss out on Jesus. That's our band's tagline. So kind of brings us to today.
And it's really cool. You have a distribution. My camera messed up. I'm sorry, camera spazzed out. Anyway, you have a distribution. I cannot pronounce that word to save my life, guys. So please don't correct me. Don't be a grammar police, or a podcast, please. Maybe if you're a podcast, please.
Write in the comments, please be a grammar police to Brendan.
Okay.
Actually, that would really bless me and increase engagement.
But you have a distribution deal with Nearly Today Music. Has it been with NRT Music so far?
It's been great. It'd be more fun if they're like, man, they're really terrible. But no, they're wonderful working with Kevin and the team there. It has been awesome. We talked to a few different opportunities. It's not like every label was calling, but we were previously with a kind of a DIY distribution and did meet with one other kind of major distributor and just were really bought in with what they can do and what Syntax can do and really wanting to um, take artists and hone artists and help, kind of do a lot to help us grow, help us refine our ministry and our craft and our social medias and all that stuff. And Kevin and the team there has just been really helpful in helping us grow just in the first few months here. And yeah, just excited for the future, working with them to get our music out to people.
And it's really cool. And if you haven't listened to Present Music, I recommend checking them out. I've had a couple other NRT music people on this podcast with Howard Grip, Jay Davids. Some of these episodes haven't been posted yet, so if I post this episode before, surprise, they're coming. But that's love life. It's just
Spoiler
spontaneous.
alert.
Um, and you also just signed with Align Talent Agency effective Monday when we were talking, or yesterday. Today's the 29th, so I don't know what day. And if you're watching this is probably happened like a month ago because this is being pre-recorded. But can you tell us little bit how that was?
Yeah, if it's a month in the future, we might be playing Red Rocks now. I'm not 100% sure, but that's probably highly unlikely unless I sneak on the grounds. But yes, so we are with Align Talent Agency for exclusive booking now, and yeah, I don't know the whole history, so I guess they can correct me in the comments. But I believe Tim, the president there, was with GOA, and they kind of decided to focus just on speakers, and now they're Tim spun off and started Align Talent with some board and some wise counsel behind him, and now they have like right. I think we might be artist number 20, all national artists, whatever it is that means, but headlined by folks like Seventh Time Down and loving the outcome. Dan Bremnes, Joel Vaughn, and Amanda Nolan, and many other talented folks. Really, that just grew out of us loving the music of some of those artists. And
Mhm.
we've opened for Seventh Time Down a few times and played a showcase down in Nashville a few months ago with pretty much all of those names that I mentioned, or a few of them, and just felt like that was a great opportunity to continue to get the word out about our band. And we're kind of unique in that, and I'm representing with our own swag today with the Presence Music Band sweatshirt. So just in case I forget, we got the Lower Me Down sweatshirt with Cliff Williams featured on the song of Seventh Time Down. But we're really trying to love our area well in Minnesota, Wisconsin. So we're playing 60, 80 shows a year, but pretty much just in that like 3 state area. And we're really wanting to expand. Not that we need to do 200 shows or be nationwide or worldwide, but we want to expand even just a little bit further in the Midwest and develop new relationships and reach more people for Jesus out in Iowa and the Dakotas and Michigan. So they're helping us expand our reach. And yeah, like I said, that's relationship is fresh as a daisy, but I am stoked to work with Tim and the team there.
And it's really cool. And yeah, if you guys like the sweatshirt you're saying, I think do you have those sweatshirts for sale? So if someone sees this podcast, like, that's a cool sweatshirt. I want to order one.
Yes, we do. We don't have the Shopify store set up, but yeah, so it's the Steeple Lower Me Down that is usually our most popular song on the set list. I make a terrible model, but yeah, I do. You can Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and I will personally go to the UPS store and mail one to you if you want to Venmo me. But yeah, we these have been pretty popular. We have some pretty cool merch. I don't know. I like to think so, but we're such a live show oriented group,
Mhm.
for better or worse. It's like we're for most of it, you got to come to the live show. Like we were a band and gigging heavily for 2 years with one song out and just playing a bunch of worship covers. And now we got, I don't know, 6 or 8 songs out. We got a few more coming out, including next Friday. You heard it here first, except when you post this, it'll be last month. Sound of Your Name with Stephen Christian from Anne Berlin comes out February 7th. So excited for you to hear that one in the future, in the past.
Or the day of. I don't know.
Back to the Future. Yes.
Um, it's really cool with all these collaborations you're doing, like with Cliff and then like Steven. Um, do you have a if you could this is just a fun question because I just like to have
Don't do
random
it.
fun
Don't do
questions.
it, Brendan.
What's my question?
You're gonna say the favorite feature
No, I
or
was gonna say
dream
who
collab.
yes, that was gonna be my question. What's your dream collab?
Man, I'm too sarcastic. I had an idea in the top of my head, someone that's been in the news recently, but I'm not gonna say it because it's not kind. Okay. But Michael Tate is my dream collab. But anyway, okay. So I would say, man, are we really what would people say what our music is like? I don't know. This might sound silly, so please don't laugh, but definitely going for poppy, very Jesus oriented, very happy, a little bit country. I tell people, well, kind of a mix of Hillsong Young and Free and Kane is like what our music is. We're kind of what we're shooting for. If Kane and Hillsong Young and Free had a baby, I guess with Elevation Rhythm, maybe a little Forrest Frank, that is what we're shooting for. So yeah, Kane would
That's
be great. We may record a song that they have available on the market that they never recorded, so that's under wraps. But either them or like Elevation Rhythm, Hillsong Young and Free, even River Valley Ages locally from us, but they're pretty big and signed. That's a deep cut for most
this is
people.
this is making me just think of a good tour right now. Imagine Hillsong Young and Free has like Big Act,
Yep.
or then Kane, or actually it should be Kane then Hillsong Young and Free because Kane's I think more relevant now.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're yeah, I think they're still cooking, but that's probably true.
But then have River Valley's Ages as the third act and you guys as the opening act. There you go. There's your
Oh,
new
well, if you
tour.
give us a couple months, maybe we'll leapfrog. I don't know. I know we're not
There's
a
your new
mega
tour.
church, but
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm just thinking about my goal is to be like a tour manager one day, and that's when it just made me think of the head.
Ooh. What about Elevation Rhythm? Where would they sit in the pecking order?
I'd say they would be like third.
Okay. So we're down to fifth. That's fine. Is there anyone
Uh,
below us? No, there's not. We're
myself,
not.
myself.
Okay. We're we're excited to be at the very lowest tier of what is a national artist, which just means we're trying to remain our official motto is we want to make it hard to miss out on Jesus in any event we lead. We'd love to talk more about that. Our unofficial motto, especially like to venues or people booking us, is lead with heart, don't be a jerk. So if you book us, that's what you're gonna get.
Believe it or not, I've never listened to Elevation Rhythm.
Really.
Yeah.
They've got some bops. The Goodbye Yesterday has them, I think. That's them and somebody else.
Honestly, I have to experiment now. I've been doing this new thing because it's the new year. I can actually say this because it's actually the new year now. This year, I've been choosing like a random album and I'm playing the album straight through.
Ooh, just don't
So,
play it backwards. Bad things can happen.
but I just listened to Unspoken's Reason album was the last album I just did a full deep dive in.
Ooh, okay. Is it good? Was it worth it?
It
You
was
heard it here
actually,
first.
it was really good. I could go on and on, but we're talking about other bands. We're here to talk about your music, but it was pretty good.
Okay, that's good. You should. So does that mean you heard it here first? I'm going to put you on the spot. You will listen to our 7 songs that we have out in a row, and then tell
Yes.
people
And
how
I'll
good it
say that
was on a scale of meh to bad. I don't know.
more like on the mess side, but
Yeah,
okay.
that's probably fair.
But I'll definitely listen to the 7 songs. I've been working. It's weird. I've over. You can't see my wall. Like we saw my poster wall with all my
Yep.
autographs and
Show
everything.
them. Show them, Brendan.
I'm
Make it
not gonna turn
happen.
my camera on right now. I'm not gonna turn my camera on right now. I'm too
Oh,
lazy to. But I have my shelf next to me, which has over 600 Christian CDs. So I have enough albums to get me through the year.
you got to pump those numbers up, bro. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Well, I have 300 non-Christian CDs too, like rock bands, because I listen to a lot of rock bands on the side.
Oh, love the game rock band.
Yeah, rock band. That's so 2006.
Dude, it still hits different, man.
But anyway, sorry guys, that was a little bit of our tangent. Like I told you, this is why I don't like having guidelines for my podcast. We just go on random topics and
I'm
fun
really
topics.
sarcastic too, so I hope that's okay. You didn't really ask ahead of time. Yeah, I'm very sarcastic, so you're welcome.
And I'm Brendan, and this is Brandon. Our names are too similar. Sometimes we lose track where we're talking about, but it's okay.
I'm already confused. Did we start yet? Did we click record yet?
Maybe.
Uh,
Audience, can you let me know if we're recording? Oh wait, we're live streaming right now on Facebook.
Oh
I'm kidding.
boy.
I'm
Oh
kidding.
man, on TikTok. Just kidding. TikTok's dead. When you're watching this, TikTok might be dead again. Or is that too soon?
I don't know. That's some Harambe jokes.
Oh no. Oh, good stuff. Okay. Well, what
Anyway,
else? What do you got for me, Brandon? What can I answer? You said deep dark secrets, a la the Hot Ones podcast. What do you got for me?
this is not actually a dark secret, but do you have any events planned for the rest of the year? I know you just did a show in Nashville early this year or end of last year with like Cliff Williams, Joe Vaughn, and all that. Do you have any
Yeah, we're
events planning
actually
for this
going
year?
on hiatus. No events the rest of the year. We're taking a sabbatical. I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, we got some exciting festival. We're doing a tour with mini tour. I don't know. What do you call 5 dates? Is that a tour, Brendan?
I say it's a weekend.
The weekend? Yeah, the weekend won't be joining us, but we're doing 5 dates with Joel Vaughn in March, or when you're watching this month, or you missed them, depending on when you post it. Early March up in our neck of the woods here, and then planning on going to Nashville in April and doing some more showcases. And we're doing a decent amount of summer festivals. I mean, really where we, I'm gonna say our bread and butter is rural churches, and we love opening for people. We love festivals, but kind of where we found our niche is helping put on an outreach event, whether it's youth or in
Mhm.
general, at these kind of smaller churches that maybe they can't get someone that's 10 grand, but they can get us for, a lot less than that, and maybe get a similar quality experience and bring people into their church that might not normally come. I mean, we work with comedians, we work with trying to find a Christian magician. I can't find one. But if you have one, let me know in the comments, or ventriloquist. But you know, we
I
we're okay.
disappeared.
Oh, seasoned magician. I love that. Or just go behind the virtual screen and then you would disappear. But we're one of our other things we say is we want to do anything short of sin and we reach someone for Jesus. So it's not necessarily super exciting on the bands in town, but it's exciting for us that we're going into a lot of rural communities in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and hopefully with Aligned farther than that, and getting the word out about Jesus. But we do have some pretty sweet summer festivals. We doing City on the Hill again. We doing Thrive Fest out of Fargo. That's a pretty huge one. I don't know if that's announced yet. There's one in Iowa where we'll be opening for Leanna Crawford and Switchfoot. So that'll be pretty fun. I've always felt I was meant to live for so much more. So hopefully more festivals coming, especially with Aligned under the
Mhm.
under our or whatever. We're under their umbrella. That's the word. I was like, not under the gun, not under their protection. That sounds weird. But yes, we have a lot of events coming up. And I almost all the band has a 9 to 5, and we're playing approximately a full-time load of gigs on top of that. But we're doing it because we love it and doing it because we want to reach people for Jesus. So
And you heard it here first. Well, I announced it on my social media page. I'm meeting with Joe Vaughn here. Joe Vaughn will be joining the podcast soon. So if you don't follow my page and you only watch the podcast like on YouTube or Spotify because you don't have Instagram because you're lame. Just kidding, you're not lame. Love you guys. But I announced Joe Vaughn will be joining the podcast here in a few weeks. Actually, next Tuesday is when I'm meeting with Joe Vaughn on the recording.
Yo, you should. It would bless me if you like we're definitely opening for him. He has like 10 times the reach that we do, but you should really talk about it like he's opening for us. And like, it's like we're like Toby Mac that he's working with. Like, what's it like getting work with Presence Music Band? Are you excited? Like, you're gonna learn from them, kind of apprentice under them, like the disciples under Jesus, and just see what he says. Can you do that for me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then he'll be like, "What kind of question is this?" I was like, "That was Brandon's question."
Just also he has a lot of good songs, like his new one Need to Know, but his already one. Is that what I see? Yeah.
Yeah.
One is awesome and it came out 4 years ago. And up until I started getting to know him more, that's the only one I knew. So if you would just only ask about that song, that would also really bless me.
And we'll
Just,
ask him about his "It's Gonna Be May" song.
ooh, I love it. I'm here
Deep
for it.
cut, or deep cuts. Anyway, we just have a few extra minutes with you here tonight, today, tomorrow, in the future, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call
When
it.
you're watching this mid
What are you watching this?
2026, yeah,
It could be 2029, who knows?
the world will be done for sure. We'll be in glory at that
But
time.
do you have anything you want to talk about that we didn't bring about in the podcast that's on your heart or anything you want to share?
Well, I have a few stories that I really like to tell. We one of the other things we say, like I said, is we want to do anything short of sin to reach someone for Jesus. So we haven't played Red Rocks yet, but we played a casino once as a Christian band and played Christian music up in northern Minnesota. Pretty big casino, but they had and the whatever, I think it was like an Alice in Chains cover band cancel with 10 days notice, and they needed to find a band that had a sound system. So we played worship covers and some originals. We did play a couple positive country songs, but it was mostly worship music in a casino with 250 people on New Year's Eve preaching the gospel. And believe it or not, got some flack from it from the church community. But people were impacted, and I believe people came to know Jesus. There was even a shaman there in attendance that started down the path to know Jesus. So we don't try to ruffle feathers, but we're not afraid to ruffle feathers. We brought in Seventh Day Slumber for an event, and the church, a board member decided they didn't like how they looked last minute, so they canceled the venue on us. We called up a bar and asked them to host it, so we hosted it outside in their festival grounds. Now and then we brought them back the next year, but what probably my favorite moment of the band so far is doing that casino and watching these three college age kids literally stumble in off the street towards the beginning of the Seventh Day Slumber show, and we opened for them. Cut to an hour later, they're front row weeping before the Lord, and it just absolutely wrecked me, dude. Like they stayed an hour after. They're praying with Joe, the lead singer, and his wife, I think, and like
Mhm.
people coming to know Jesus, hearing the Christian rock music from across the street, and God meeting them right where they're at. So we have poppy Jesus tunes, and we play some worship covers. That's kind of the tools we have in our tool belt. But make no mistake about it, we are here to tell people about Jesus and reach people for Jesus. So would love if you could support our ministry, because that's what it is. It's ministry. Two of us are licensed pastors, and if you buy a shirt or bring us in to your church or have us open for your festival or bring us on tour, that's the reason we have full-time jobs, is we can sow this money just back into our ministry to get in front of more churches that maybe can't afford it. So that's the heart behind President's Music Band for whatever that's worth.
And there's those who are watching, streaming, listen to me while you're at the gym, or just putting me to talk yourself to sleep like Joe Pera. I'm not Joe Pera, but I don't,
Is that the
who
guy from
Joe?
Aerosmith?
No, Joe Pera. He has a thing. It sounds like it. Max. I was gonna say HBO Max, but it's not Max. It's called Joe Pera Talks to You, and it's like Mr. It's like a more adult geared Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It doesn't really swear, or it's more, but it's more like adult themes. Like he
Oh,
talks about rocks or like stuff. It's kind of like Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers for like a modern day audience.
oh, I'll definitely avoid that one. Very cool. Okay.
It's really interesting though, just because he's just like narrates like, "This is my dog. My dog likes to play."
Hmm. Maybe you
So
should pivot the podcast to just do more like that.
it is fun because he actually recorded his show in Michigan.
Oh, see, you could do a collab episode.
I wish.
No, I
He's
got too serious, I guess.
no,
That's what I get if I preached at you for a few minutes. So sorry about that.
you're good.
I
But
didn't get any guidelines for this.
make
I just
sure
showed up.
make sure to follow Presence Music. Make sure to check out a show. If you're interested, send Brandon a message on Presence Music page to see if you can get them at your church and everything. And
We
yeah,
follow back everyone. Everyone. If you're not a bot, we will follow you. I'll follow you back twice if it'll let me.
my account is secretly a bot ran by AI.
You're actually AI. That makes sense. That's
I
why when
actually look
he
like a human being.
Instagram DM'd me, he opened it with, "I hope this DM finds you well," and I was like, "That's very strange.
I
That's a
did.
little AI humor."
To be honest with you, I made a default template and put it in AI, and that's what it came out with.
Oh, good. Here we are. We're all in the
Hey, we're trying to
simulation.
be
I
more
thought we weren't
professional.
getting into conspiracy theories, but you did
But
mention Joe
anyway,
Rogan.
Brandon, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your time.
Oh, it's so fun. Hope to be on again, man. I'm excited to check out some of your episodes and excited to stay in touch.
And everyone who is watching, I hope you have a great week, month, year, great 2028 if you're still listening. But we'll see you guys next time on the Christian Music Works podcast. Take care, everyone.